The thing that I love so much about Math Workshop is the flexibility and how it can you can hone in on a student's needs. You can differentiate, you can help students, and it is so powerful. If you ask any one of my students, their favorite days are station days and rotation days because they like to get that one-on-one. They like that small group because they have a chance to ask questions. I just think it's best practice and the best way to teach students and build their confidence in math. Right now, sixth graders are really working on ratios and rates. It's kind of fun to see their growth because it also ties into our building goal. We're really keeping control of the data and making sure that they have a strong foundation for ratios and rates, because when they get into seventh grade, that has been identified as a major area that they just really have to have a strong foundation on. And it's been fun to see their work over this unit, because one day a student will say, my favorite way to solve this is by using a double number line. And then in the next breath, they'll be like, oh, I don't like using a double number line for this problem. It shows that they're understanding what the question's asking of them and that their foundation is just building the buildings. Sometimes when we are doing Math Workshop, it doesn't work out every single day to do workshop every single day. And so when I launch my lesson, it just depends where the students are at, what the lesson is. If it's an introductory lesson, then I like to grab their attention and show them in a real world environment where the standard even makes sense in their real world, because often they say, I don't care about this. And what's neat about ratios and rates right now is it's totally their world. We got to talk over winter break about gifts they might want to receive or give to others, and how to price comparison shop, and how do you know which is the better deal, or when you're going to Come and Go to get a snack or to the movies, which one should you buy? And so that's kind of fun just to tie it into their real world. But more importantly, I like them to think outside their real world and for their future and get in their career and college readiness. So I like that our Go Math program already has tied in at the beginning of a unit careers that will be impacted. And they have to know this math to be able to do those careers. So today I wanted them with our picture of the day. It's a daily routine, and it's not always a picture. Sometimes we do number sense. But today I like our picture of the day because it flashed up. And it was just a picture of vegetables on a shelf at the grocery store. And I really could have asked any question. I could have asked, how many jars are on that shelf? But I wanted to tie it into our learning target of ratios. So I was able to focus that question in on what's the ratio of green to red vegetables. It just warms up their brain and gets the math talk going. And sometimes that's what students don't like to do at sixth grade, is to really talk through their thinking for fear of being wrong. And I feel like in our classes, we've built that culture that being wrong is okay, and we celebrate it, and we just get excited when someone's missing something, because then they're able to restructure their thinking. Our math workshops change every single day. So my groups are so fluid and flowing, and that's why I like to have that chart up there, because they're not in the same group every day. When I am with a small group sitting at the table, I notice some things. Like, I noticed that I had one student today that was struggling yesterday. He blew me out of the water at our group today because he was able to just come up with those ratios quickly. So if I were to redo my groups tomorrow, he would be in that next level group. So that way he's moving on into the more conversation and working with a partner and sharing their ideas. Some of my groups still need that support. They still need the visuals or the choice of different strategies. And I get that through my small groups, collecting data and keeping track of what their conversations were like, where their struggles were. I get it through, sometimes I formulate my math workshop where I'm not meeting with groups. I'm more of a facilitator in the room, and I'm able to bounce around to the different groups and hear their conversations more. And what I love about math workshop is there's no one fit answer for math workshop every day. I don't need to pull 4 different groups and have them at technology and have them at game station. If I need to adjust it tomorrow, I can. If I need bigger groups, I can. If I need a one-on-one conference with a student, I'm able to do that. And it just depends on where the students are at and what their needs are at that time.